Thanks for taking time to join us, everybody. Are we live streaming, Steve? Okay. Hey, everybody on YouTube and Facebook. We're going to start the game in actually less than 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm Dan, your lovely host. Well, your host. And we'll start soon. Hang out. There's instructions on how to join us in the game if you'd like. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to show a video. All our prizes available. It's so much fun. If you don't believe me, just ask me. Oh, Victor Allison, my friend Victor's joining. So we'll show that video in just a moment. And welcome everybody who's already in the game. I might have to actually finally change my glasses for this. Getting rough. Although I've got my magnifying glass somewhere. One of the dogs ate it. No, here it is. I can always kind of do that. All right. So folks, if you're watching online, well, first of all, for everybody, you'll hear me repeat myself over and over because people come and go. They see it at different times. But if you're watching online, check out the instructions in the post on how to join in the game and actually play. Or you could even do it right from there, not on the Zoom call, because even if you're watching our live stream, you can go to that top left corner of what you see on the screen right now, lock on with your phone or a different browser tab, ccg.buzz, and then you'll want to enter your real name, please. Otherwise, it's hard to award you the prizes. And there are prizes. I'll show you the prizes in a moment. And that music you hear playing is called Ladybug, in case anybody's wondering. And I think what we'll do is just get going. There we go. Got rid of the timer. Stop the music. So here's what you do. I'm going to give the standard instructions. Steve can add to it or correct me or add to it. Either way in the chat and on Zoom, or rather Facebook or YouTube, up to Steven. He's the help desk while we're doing this as well. So if there's any questions, you would text Stephen help, which is somewhere in the scheme of things there. So you want to go on your mobile device, log on to ccg.buzz, put in that code 7HJ2. It'll ask for your name. Then when I show the questions and the answer choices of the game, that's where you'll select your answers. Now, a real fun aspect of this is that there's more to this than just getting the answers right. And I forgot to turn on my fan. It's hot in here. One sec. There we go. It's not only a matter of getting the answers right, because let's say everybody got the answer right. And once in a while that happens, which is weird. I didn't know our fans were that smart. I mean, I just didn't know what the chances were of that. I didn't know the questions were that or whatever. But let's say everyone gets the answer correctly. Who wins that? Does it stay the same? Not necessarily. The more quickly you answer, poof, the more points you get. And you'll notice on your controller that above your answers, you'll see the points counting down from 100. So the more time that goes by, the less points you're getting, the longer it takes to answer. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm just going to scroll a little bit so I could see who else is here. Bear with me. There we go. Let me hit that arrow. We've also got My Pad. Who's My Pad? Don the Great. Victor Allison, first-time offender. Thank you for joining us, Victor. Very nice to see your lovely face. This will be fun. Chris, Trivia Spice. Nice. Elliot Goldberg, welcome. Mike, welcome. Chin, another returning champion. Came in the very first time and just knocked everyone out of their socks. That was pretty fun. Not sure what kind of cheating went on there. But anyhow, let's go ahead and roll with it. Is everyone logged on to ccg.buzz and have 7H J2, and the 7 and the 2 are also uppercase. Very important. All right, let's get this baby started. We're celebrating 50 years of awesome music trivia from things that happened in 1975. So we're going to start, and after each question, there'll be a leaderboard. After everyone answers, you'll see the percentage of who answered what, and then I reveal the correct answer. Here we go. I'm going to read the questions, but I'm going to show your choices before I'm done reading. So don't just leave it up to me. Read the questions yourselves as well. On your mark, get set. Question 1 of 10. Here we go. Their 1975 album included Boogie with Stu. Was it Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Sly and the Family Stone, or Deep Purple? It was Deep Purple, unless you're from New Jersey, then it's Deep Purple. All right, let's see what the guesses look like. 50% for Led Zeppelin, 7% for Pink Floyd, 43% for Sly and the Family Stone, nothing for Deep Purple. The correct answer, as some of you know, is Deep Purple. No, just kidding. It's Led Zeppelin. Michael Castillo, hope I got that right, is on top by a few points, followed by Nicanor, who's also been champion before, Paul Reitz, Elliott, and it goes on from there. Great. We're just getting started. And let me tell you, anything can happen. And after question 5, when we're halfway through, I'll show you a video that shows all the prize categories. We used to have 1 category of prizes and 2 prizes. Then we had 1 category of prizes and 5 prizes. Now we have 6 categories of prizes. And with each of those that you pick, you also get a Drum Talk TV shirt, many different designs to choose from. All right, question 2 of 10. Which 1975 Queen album featured Bohemian Rhapsody, News of the World, Jazz, A Night at the Opera, or Sheer Heart Attack? Your guesses are 13% for News of the World, 87% got it right. Paul's on top now. See how it changed just like that. Anything can happen. We have seen people fall from, well, not really grace, because, well, you all see who's here, but you know where I'm going with that. Question 3. Which soul icon released an album with the single Shining Star? Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Isley Brothers, or there he is and his family again, and the Family Stone. We actually have a member here in the audience. I won't give that away yet. Let's see how this pans out. The Shining Star. Oh, wow. It's got some soul fans here, it looks like. There you go. Got a bunch of people in the 200s, a bunch in the hundreds, some single digits, and a couple that need some floaties until they get above the waterline. That's okay. Anything can happen. Here we go. And if you can, sign in once, just so it doesn't, you might edge yourself out of winning if you're signed in twice. Question 4. The album Born to Run was a breakthrough for Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty, Bob Seger, Billy Joel, or Stephen Schindler. Wait, what? Boing. There we go. One more question, and we're at the halfway point for round 1, and then I'll show you the prizes. Very excited about that, because this is the first time we're doing it this way with more prizes, and that means more prize wheels. You'll see what I mean. 1 for each category. All right, this Fleetwood Mac album debuted Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. Which one of those 4 was it? It's funny that it says self-titled, like, no kidding. Why did I put that? All right, let's see how the guesses pan out. Ready? Here we go. Are you sure? Ooh, it's spread out more than I thought it would be. And it is their self-titled album, Fleetwood Mac. We got some serious points going. Look at Don the Great and Elliott. Wow. All right. And if you're behind, don't worry. There's 2 more rounds plus the winner's round. And we happen to know that some people do win these things by guessing. And I don't know half the stuff that gets programmed in here. I learned a lot by programming the game. I hope you learned something by playing it. Okay, so let's check out their prizes. Check this out. We've got music, all kinds of music stuff. We've got electronics. We've got fashion, smart glasses to make you look smarter. Actually, I don't know what they do. Health and beauty, in case you're a vain lead singer. Essentials for the household. Fruit not included. And pets not included, but some cool stuff for your furry children. And then the prize wheels look like this. There's one of the prize wheels. So you spin. If you win, you say spin. I click it. It spins. And finger piano. Wait, aren't all pianos played with fingers? I think. Anyhow, there's an example. There you go. All right. Second half of round one. Anything can happen. I don't know if I mentioned that. And for those watching live on Facebook or YouTube, you can read the instructions in the post and join us in here in the game, or you can log on to the site at the top left corner of this screen, ccg.buzz, put in that code, enter your name, and you're off and running. We have 2 more full rounds after this, and then a 5-question round for the 3 winners going against each other. Here we go. Question 6. Whose 1975 album cover featured a guy lit on fire in the photo? Captain and Tennille, Black Sabbath, Pink Floyd, or Ted Nugent? It's noted as sometimes by people by one of the most legendary albums ever. Let's see what the guesses are. No love for Captain and Tennille. Yeah, I guess that doesn't seem like something they would do, right? 14% for Black Sabbath, 71% for Pink Floyd, 14% for Ted Nugent. I think Uncle Ted lit himself on fire by accident once. Black Sabbath we won't even get into, but it is indeed Pink Floyd. And it literally is, I'm going to show the image here. I meant to look it up, the stuntman's name. He literally was lit on fire. It was not photoshopped or trick photography or anything. And online, there's actually about 8 other angles, or, as it moved, as he moved, as a photographer moved. But this is the one they used, and he's actually on fire, including the hair, which had like a protective flammable gel. That doesn't sound safe, does it? What would your mother say, Mr. Stuntman? But there you go. Question 7 of 10. He released Tonight's the Night, an album inspired by a friend's death. Jackson Browne, Bob Dylan, Van Morrison, or Neil Young, who's not so young anymore. A little bit of love for everybody, but the is Neil Young indeed, who got the most votes. Elliot's way up in the 500s. Look at that. Then we got 3 in the 4 slots, 4 in the 2s, a few in 1s, others still just figuring it out, and that's okay. Just guess. Just guess. Isn't that how we get through life anyways? Everything's maybe either a calculated guess or a dart throw without even knowing where the board is or if there's a board, right? So just guess. There's 8. LaBelle's Nightbirds featured Lady Marmalade was produced by Leon Russell, Quincy Jones, Billy Preston, or Alan Toussaint. Who was the producer of that legendary album with that legendary song by Patti LaBelle? I believe there's some guessing going on here. Let's see who guessed right. There you go. It was Alan. And, Elliot pulls way ahead. Okay. Anything can happen with the last 2 questions. This R&B group released the album Gratitude in 1975. Kool and the Gang, The Spinners, Earth, Wind and Fire, Ohio Players. We're celebrating 50 years of music, songs, albums, artists, and events that came out in 1975. Can you believe that was 50 years ago? Wait, is that correct? Let me just think about this. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Let me get my calculator and check this. Hold on. Carry the 4. That was 50 years ago. Okay, here's your guesses. A little bit of something for everybody. And the answer is Earth, Wind, and Fire. Elliot's way out there. You barely see the parachute at the end of his dragster down the half-mile track. Last question of round one, and then we'll see who the winner is. Disco Graffiti's album cover features Bradbury Building in Los Angeles, the Rookery Building in Chicago, 96 and 98, the Marx Place in New York City, or the Leadenhall Building in London. Which is on the cover? Little bit of everything there. Raise your hand if you're like really sure. Raise your hand or shake your head or hold your head and shake it if you're just guessing. I mean, we're all family here, right? Okay. Okay. I should have pulled that image up. What a knucklehead. I don't have the album handy. Well, look it up. It is indeed 96th and 98 Marx Place in New York City. Legendary building, legendary. Oh, what an album. All right. Well, what does that mean? That means this. All right, everyone give Elliot a big hand. Let me find Elliot in my window here. Where's Elliot? There's Elliot. Elliot Goldberg, are you able to unmute? Or maybe Steven needs to unmute you so that you could pick a category. I'm going to show you the prize categories again real quickly. Wow, my mouse is like, there we go. So go ahead and I'll let it play and you tell us which category. You got music. You've got electronics. You've got fashion. You've got health and beauty. And you've got essentials for the household. And stuff for your pets or someone else's pets. All right. Tell me which category and I will select the correct wheel and then you'll tell me when to spin. I'm just looking for the right browser window.
Okay.
Got some echo going. That's okay. Which would you like? Music, essentials, pets, fashion, health and beauty, or electronics?
All right. So this is Steven. Elliot can't unmute himself. He says he liked the Bluetooth speaker, but I believe that's within a category. So I guess pick the category that one is in.
Right. And then you got to spin the wheel. So I think it's in this one. No, it's in music. I don't see it there either. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, it's in here. So hopefully you'll get that, but you got to spin the wheel and what you land on, that's what you get. So either you tell me when to spin or you click it to text Steve and Steve will say spin for you. Whose middle name is Elliot, by the way. That's kind of weird. What happened there?
Yeah, so
Steve, is
Elliot,
that you?
Tell me
Steve, is that you
like
playing?
Just
kidding. All right, let me know when you're ready.
Still waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a message from him yet to spin it. So
Elliot, if it's okay, I'll just click spin.
Oh, okay. Now he says spin.
Okay, bam! There we go. Let's see what we got. Everybody cheer him on. Bluetooth speaker. Bluetooth. Oh, he got a clip-on guitar tuner. A clip-on guitar tuner. If you don't play guitar, it makes a great gift. Or go get a guitar. Get going. It's never too late. So we're going to open this up, save that for later, and we're going to reset the game. So what you're going to do on your controller, folks, you're going to log out of ccg.buzz while I reset the game. And I'm going to play a short video that'll tell you all about the membership site if you're not familiar with it. That'll give me a minute just to pull up the next file. We'll open it up. I'll give you a new code. We'll be all set. Here we go. Enjoy. Enjoy with
to join us in our new membership site for exclusive live stream concerts, roundtable Q&As with big artists, and not just drummers, all in virtual environments. No goggles required. And so many more experiences. And here's a peek at one of our live stream game shows.
The results. Totally scrambled the leaderboard, right?
Winners can win prizes, and each year we will host a live in-person event with our competition of champions, who at some point has not been moved by music. Oh man, everybody here has seen someone that's walking in their truth.
That's the real Mrs. Schinder.
And that's Dan and so many of our fans and artists from all over the world. So join this exclusive community. Come share your brilliance and admire the brilliance of others.
Okay. Thanks, hon. Go ahead and wave. All right, here we go. Round 2 is celebrating songs is the theme. Songs from 1975. This would be songs. Here comes the first question. Oh, go ahead and log in to ccg.buzz again with the new code that resets it so that the scores don't keep compounding. So we're starting from scratch. Congratulations again to Elliot. Big hand for Elliot. And your new code is ZQ capital 8J. And I'll wait a moment, make sure everybody's ready. Cool. All right. I think I'm ready on my end. I'm just making sure here. Yeah, we should be good to go. Okay. Everyone ready? Okay, here we go. First question of round 2. If I Could Baby, I'd Give You My World comes from Fleetwood Mac's Landslide, Rhiannon, Go Your Own Way, or Dreams. Show your votes. Ooh, a little bit of everything except for Rhiannon. Correct answer is Rhiannon. Whoa, that threw everyone from well, I'm throwing life preservers out to you all right now. Here's a noodle, here's a raft, here's some floaties. Oh, those don't match. You got to switch with her. There you go. Okay, cool. This is weird. I've never seen one round start out like this. And for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, you can play along by logging in as well with that code on the top left, or follow the instructions in the post. Come join us in the game. Here we go. Anything can happen. I don't know if I've mentioned that. Anything can happen. Here we go. Question 2. Who visited Pink Floyd during the 1975 recording of a song about him? Was it Syd Barrett, Elvis Presley, Paul McCartney, or Nick Mason, the drummer's mother, Sally? I'm real curious how this is going to pan out because this is a legendary story. Okay. Ready? Here it comes. It was Syd Barrett. And as the story goes, they were recording at Abbey Road. You imagine Pink Floyd's in there for Wish You Were Here, pretty legendary album. Security had to be at least moderate, right? And this guy walks in, kind of overweight, quite bald, not quite to this level, but getting there, droopy eyes, and kept pulling hard candy out of his pocket, just walking around the control room eating. And then Nick Mason leans over to David Gilmour and whispers, "That's Syd." And David looked at him and could see Syd in there and started crying. And he never said a word to anybody, and they never saw him again. Is that bizarre? During the recording of the song, Wish You Were Here, which was about Syd, the original guitar player and lead singer of Pink Floyd. And then David Gilmour, who taught him how to play guitar, by the way, David Gilmour joined, and then Syd left after that album. The rest is history. Quite a story. There you go.
People in the chat are saying question 1 is supposed to be Go Your Own Way, and I'm not familiar, so I don't know.
Oh, well, let's check that. I forgot what the lyric was. Well, you know what? Since everyone's zeroed out basically anyways, I think we're okay. But thanks. I'll make sure that we check that. That's bizarre. And I don't have a quick way to check that because I don't have the lyric in front of me. Sorry about that. Okay, so these 9 questions will count. We're going to go to question 3 if everyone's cool with that. Is that cool if we run with it? Or people going to start throwing tomatoes? Okay. Let's run with it and see what happens. But thanks. John Bonham got writing credit for this song. John Paul Jones did not. Was it In the Light, Night Flight, Trampled Underfoot, or Kashmir? John Bonham, the drummer, of course. John Paul Jones, keyboardist and bass player. A little bit of everything. There might be a guess or two going on there. It is, in fact, Kashmir. Kashmir that features a lot of orchestration and keyboards. John Bonham was one of the primary composers of the song, who wrote it with Jimmy for the most part, and then Robert threw in the lyrics, and the song was basically done. John Paul Jones didn't even get his hands on it. A lot of people find that surprising, given the nature of the song. All right, Don the Great's on top, followed by Paul Reeds, Chin, Nicanor, Victor Allison on the board, Elliot, Enja's on the board, and the rest of you figuring it out, which is fine. Black Sabbath's Superstar was originally called Fish and Chips Hold the Salt, Big Ego, We Sell the Worst Chips in the Country, or Gotta Have Sauce with My Schnitzel. Which one of those? What is it? And it was written by Tony Iommi, by the way. All right, let's see what the guesses are. Believe it or not, it's We Sell the Worst Chips in the Country was the original name of that song. Leave it to the guitar player who chopped off the top of 2 of his fingers and had to learn backwards and put steel caps on them. That's why he has such a unique sound. Crazy, right? All right. Don the Great is twice ahead of Paul Reitz, followed by Chin, who has half that, followed closely by Victor and Nicanor. Here we go. Question 5. This LaBelle song starts with, hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, flow, sister, here are your choices. Shame, 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 rock the boat, Lady Marmalade, or I Will Survive. Your guesses are Lady Marmalade. And the answer is Lady Marmalade. We should make that one of the prizes for this round. Marmalade. Cool. Moving along. Halfway through. Some people call me the Space Cowboy opens the 1975 re-charted UK hit, one of these songs, which actually came out in 1973, but it recharted in the UK in 1975. Was it Ballroom Blitz by Sweet, Magic by Pilot, The Joker by Steve Miller Band, or Low Rider by War? It was one of these, and it was that one. I'm not kidding, even though it's called The Joker. I'm not kidding. I was kidding with Rihanna. I don't know what the hell happened there. Sorry about that. Let's see what I was just looking at the leaderboard. Okay, here we go. It's still got plenty of room to make some stuff change around there. Even my dogs agree. I can hear them barking from like 60 feet away through 4 walls. Break Away From It All closes out this guitarist's first solo album in 1975. Was it Steve Howe from Beginnings, Robert Fripp of Exposure, Adrian Belew of Lone Rhino, or Billy effing Gibbons of Hardware with Hardware, Billy of ZZ Top, Adrian of many different bands, Frank Zappa, King Crimson, Robert Fripp, Mr. King Crimson, and Steve Howe of Yes. Let's see them thar guesses. A little bit of everything, which means only a couple of you actually know that it was Steve Howe. Actually, more than a couple of you got 47%. We got some prog heads here. Steven Schinder, I think you got that one right. If not, you're fired. Just kidding. Just kidding. But I'm sure you got. That's my favorite song on the album. And I think my favorite Steve Howe solo song out of many, many solo albums. Just love that song. With Bill Bruford on drums, if I remember right. Yeah, Bill Bruford's on that one. Okay, here we go. with the leaderboard. Ooh, Paul Reitz is creeping up on Don the Great. Chin not far behind, followed by Elliot, Nicanor, Victor, Mike, and everyone is snorkeling. Here we go. And that's not a bad thing. You're playing, you're in the game, you're having fun, hopefully learning something. The OJ's song that had people clapping with the put your hands together command, I love music, backstabbers, love train, or for the love of money. Hi, Schnoodles. Let's see the guesses. Does everyone like how we got some mixed up genres here? It's not just all one thing. Is that cool? Yeah, a little bit of everything. Okay, not everything, but quite a few things. And there's more to come. There's your guesses. Oh, a third for I love music and 64 for Love Train. The answer is I love music, and I do. Paul ahead of Don the Great now. Nicanor, Chin, Elliot. You see that? Everybody kind of bounced around a little bit. And where are we? Question 9. Here we go. Question 9. Which 10cc song featured the lyric, Big Boys Don't Cry? The Things We Do for Love, I'm Not in Love, Dreadlock Holiday, which I've been on for 17 years, or Rubber Bullets. I still count it, Enja. Here we go. Ready? Dog's head in my lap, breathing very hard. The Things We Do for Love got 27%. I'm Not in Love got 60%. Dreadlock Holiday got 7%. Rubber Bullets got 7%. I'm Not in Love is the winner. Paul Reitz jumping ahead by 104 points. Don the Great, Nicanor, Chin, Elliot, Mike J. Let's keep it moving. One more question. Anything? Have I mentioned that in this game, anything can happen? Have I mentioned that? Lowrider was a 1975 funk anthem by which band? Sly and the Family Stone, Kool and the Gang, Parliament, or War? Here's the guesses. 7 for Kool, 7 for Parliament, nothing for Sly or his family. Andrew, you get no love. And War got 86%. Hey, does Aisha know about that? No? That's interesting. Maybe she'll learn something really big on this show. I'll get to that, folks. Lowrider, it's War. There you go. So what does that mean? That was question 10. So I got to hit this button. All right, there you go. Congratulations, Paul. Which wheel would you like? Do you know which wheel, or should I show them? There they are.
Show them real quick.
So we got the music or essentials for the household, stuff for pets, fashion, health, and beauty, which I don't think you need. They're looking really good. Or electronics, but you can pick it if you want.
We'll do electronics, please.
Electronics. Let's see what we got. Okay, say the word. I'll hit spin, and we'll see what you get.
Spin.
Let's see, cheer him on, everybody. Let's see what he gets. There's some cool stuff here. Thanks to Aisha. She picked out all our prizes. Oh, you get nothing. No, just kidding. Just kidding. You get to spin again. And there's confetti and cheering. Don't you just let me hear it? Say spin again.
Spin, please.
That's a joke pie slice, by the way. Everyone argued with me about that one. I said, no, we're doing it. A car phone mount. There you go. A really cool car phone mount, because Aisha picks out quality stuff. Congratulations. You'll get a message in the chat. You know the routine. I think you've won before, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thanks for coming back and ruining it for others. I mean, playing again and winning. Okay, third round, log out of ccg.buzz. We're going to do the same thing again. You're going to log out of ccg.buzz. I'm going to play another video while I get this together. Whether you're in the membership site or not, we love you. If you are in the membership site, you could have a free membership. We still love you. But if you're in the membership at a premium level, and you could switch to that anytime or just join right away, you get to be part of this. If I get my mouse working, here you go. Hey everybody, Dan here from Drum Talk TV and Drum Talk TV.
I'll pull up the
Brilliance.
next
Hey,
game.
how would you like to make bank by being a premium member of Drum Talk TV Brilliance? It's easy. Like, you're a music fan, right? That's why you joined. How many other music fans do you know, right? So what if they got a discount for joining if you referred them and you got $10 for each one you refer? I mean, you'd pretty much have to be a doofus like this to miss out on something like that, right? Because being fellow music fans, we all know fellow music fans. So go ahead, invite your friends with your own code. We'll tell you how in a minute. But that way you can enjoy things like our live stream concerts, our fan Q&As with big artists, producers, and record executives, our twice-a-month game shows, and other fun things in Drum Talk TV Brilliance with your friends while giving them a discounted invitation, and you make bank. So there you go. So follow the link in this post. If you're not already a premium member, become a premium member. And if you are a premium member, you'll get an email real soon to show how to get your own invite code where you can tell 2 friends and they'll tell 2 friends. Tell 20 friends. That's $200. Wait, what? You'd have to be like this to miss out on that. You're not like that, are you? Invite your friends. Let's have some fun together. Healthy escapism away from the nonsense and the drama and the craziness online on social. Join us, Drum Talk TV Brilliance. We're here for the fun of it. Oh, and at any time, you can become a premium member, refer your friends, and make some bank. There you go. Let's shut that guy up. Yeah, all you got to do is join at www.drumtalktvbrilliance.com. And it's less than a bucket of chicken a month. It's less than a pizza a month. And you can have exclusive access to fan Q&A sessions with big artists. We're talking gold and platinum artists, record executives, producers. There's so many other perks. It's a lot of fun, I promise you. Ask Enja if you don't believe me, because if I'm wrong, she'll let you know. All right, round 3. Go ahead, log on again to ccg.buzz. If you're watching online, you're welcome to join in. This is the last general round, and then the 3 winners go against each other, and we want everyone to cheer them on, and they have access to a whole different prize wheel. There's some really cool stuff on there. So log on to ccg.buzz, put in DF48. This is 1975 music events. This one's a little more difficult. And I'll tell you now, the winners round is even more difficult. There were some things when I was putting this together that I discovered or looked up to make a question out of. I was kind of like, okay, let's see how this goes, as we will now. First question, if everyone's ready. Yeah, everyone ready? Cool. Looking okay, checking the windows. There we go. Thanks for hanging in there, everybody. Hope you're having fun. All right, here we go. Question 1 of 10, round 3. He shocked fans announcing I'm retiring from public performance during a concert at Madison Square Gardens in 1975. Was it Elton John, David Bowie, Rod Stewart, or Paul McCartney? Whoever it was crazy, right? Because all these guys went on and continued. All right, let's look at your guesses. Hi, Chanel. Little bit of everything. It was, and to me, this was mind-blowing. I literally laughed out loud when you consider what this artist has done since 1975. Announced, I'm retiring from public performance. And it was Elton John. Is that the craziest bit of news trivia in the music world you ever heard? That, what's crazier, that or Syd Barrett showing up when they're recording a song about him and they hadn't seen him? This is just crazy. Elton John almost. How different would the world be had Elton John just evaporated? All the philanthropy he's done and all that for the LG. I always get the acronym mixed up, for the gay community that he's done and for kids hospital. Just imagine if he just disappeared at that time. We'd have no Rocket Man movie, probably. Here we go. Let's see who's on top. We have 4 people above water. It's Nicanor, Elliot, Renee, and Paul. All right, question 2 of 10. Is it just me, or is that a crazy fact, right? Yeah. Okay. Everyone's like, just give us the next question. All right. They made their U.S. TV debut on Saturday Night Live in Saturday Night's first season. Was it ABBA, Alan Parsons Project, the Bee Gees, or Blondie? Here's how your guesses line out. 53% for Blondie, and then 20 each for ABBA and Alan Parsons. Only 7% for Bee Gees. And the answer is, it was ABBA. Little personal note. The first time I was on tour as a paid musician, I was 15 years old. My parents were crazy enough to let me go on tour, opening for Heart, Styx, Blue Oyster Cult. And we played about 4 ABBA songs in our set with Spirit of America. There you go. That's the bug that bit me in the butt so hard I wanted to be a professional musician from then on. And now I'm just some schmo running the largest media company in the music industry, covering the world of drumming. Hey, never know how things are going to work out. And a game show host. There you go. Next question 3. Leaderboard. Caitlin. Look at Caitlin right there, just above the waterline. Great job. Nicanor. Elliot's like crushing everybody. What's going on there? All right, here we go. He's got a time machine and he's in the future looking at the answers. That's what, not just kidding. Here we go. Will he win a second round? If so, it's just 2 people that go against each other. If one person, now that's interesting. If someone were to win it all, do they go against themselves? Or just spin the wheel? Oh, anyhow, here we go with question 3. In 1975, they broke up 2 years after the death of their frontman. The Mamas and the Papas with Mama Cass, Jimi Hendrix Experience with Jimi Hendrix, The Doors with whatever that guy's name was, Jim Morrison, or Big Brother and the Holding Company because of Janis Joplin. Who was it? Really? No one from Mama Cass? Come on. It was the Doors. Took them 2 years to kind of grieve and decide if they would go on. And I think they made the right decision personally, because I think it encapsulated that music they put out even more. You know, just like Led Zeppelin, they didn't continue without John on drums. With AC/DC, they did get another singer. And with our friend Derek Shulman, who was with record company at the time, it breathed life into their career. And they kind of have 2 legacies, if you will. But with the Doors, I can't imagine another version of the Doors without Jim Morrison, right? That'd be like another version of the Beatles without Paul or well, without any of them, really, for that matter, except Pete Best, of course. But anyhow, leaderboard, Elliot's still way out there by 109 points. Caitlin right behind Nicanor. She found her stride. Maybe it's the context of the questions. You never know. Or the darts she's throwing are just getting closer to the center. Could be anything. We're just happy you're here playing, everybody. Have fun. Here you go. Learn something. Question 4 of 10. This Queen of Soul released You in 1975 and reigned through the 70s with that title. Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, Diana Ross, or Patti LaBelle. There's your guesses. Whoa. Got some people that I think have an inside track on that topic. And it is Aretha. Wow, Elliot's still way ahead, but Caitlin's holding on to second place. Look at that. Great job. Great job. Question 5. Bob Dylan's 1975 touring review featured Joan Baez and other guest artists, and it was called Rolling Thunder Review, The Never Ending Tour, Highway 61 Caravan, or Move 'em Up, Head 'em Out Tour. I made up that last name. Oh, 14% like my name. That's a good name, right? That'd be for like a country all-star band touring review, I think, because the answer is Rolling Thunder Review. I don't think of Bob Dylan's music having anything to do with Rolling Thunder. Sorry. Or Joan, for that matter. Sorry. Just saying. I'm thinking of like, that'd be a tour with Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Cheap Trick. Like, right? Is it just me? Okay. Elliot, still way out ahead. Great job. Followed by Jeff, got the jump on Caitlin, as did Paul as well, but everyone's hanging in there having fun. Well, I'm assuming you're having fun. What do I know? I'm looking here mostly. If I want to see you folks I look over here. If I'm looking at my controls, I look here. As I see a big dog laying on the floor, a cat walking by, I'm looking over there. Now you know, okay? All right, good job. Let's go with the second half. Are you ready for the second half of round 3? This band put their only double studio album out ever in 1975, was it? Led Zeppelin, Chicago, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, or Elton John. Their only studio album in 1975. Survey says, oh, that's taken. Guesses are Led Zeppelin got the lion's share, and about half of that Chicago, and about half of that Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Led Zeppelin with Physical Graffiti. Where was that building? New York. That's right. Elliot, what is up, man? Great job. Caitlin, back in second place. Michael Castillo, Jeff. Is that Jeff Downs? Let me look at the window here. No, it's not. Okay, just checking. All right. Jeff Downs, if you're watching and you do show up, you got to put your last initial there. Okay, because we've already got a Jeff with a G. All right. Good job. Good job. Next question. 7 of 10. Winding down. They declared Born to Run rock and roll future. Springsteen's 75 debut album. Was it Rolling Stone, Hit Parade, Billboard, or Cream? I have a personal editorial comment about this that I hope no one gets upset about. It was like, I'm sorry, okay? But when you consider all the music that came out that year and all the music that preceded it, really? Bruce Springsteen was the future rock and roll? Like, what? Sorry, but I just, I don't get it. I don't get it. Who had that crazy statement to say it was, of course, Rolling Stone? There you go. Whoa, almost everybody got it too. All right. There you go. Elliot, way out there. Caitlin's still hanging on a second. Great job, Caitlin. That's great. And question 8, 3 left. Here we go. Strap yourself in. Which punk pioneer released her debut album in 1975? Was it Blondie with Blondie, Debbie Harry with Cuckoo, Patti Smith with Horses, or Joan Jett with I Love Rock and Roll? I'm just letting the guesses kind of soak in and marinate a little bit. It's our first punk question, I think. There's your guesses. Oh, the answer is Patti Smith. Good job, folks. Elliot, followed by Paul, Don, Jeff, Caitlin, still in the running. Chin, hey, Chris, Michael, Stephen, Victor, Renee, Mike J, Shiley, and Angeloni. Mrs. Drum Talk TV. All right. 2 more to go. Let's see what happens. Have I mentioned anything can happen? Who was voted favorite female vocalist in 1975 at the American Music Awards? It was Olivia Newton-John, Linda Ronstadt, Diana Ross, or Barbra Streisand. Needed some lubrication there. Angela loves it when I lose my voice by the end of the night. There's your guesses. Almost all over the map. And the answer is, good job, folks, Olivia from Down Under, Australia. Or is it New Zealand? Now I don't remember. But Elliot is just way out there. Okay, who's going to topple the King of the Hill? Or is anybody? With question 10 of round 3. Then we go to the winners round. And I invite you all to hang out and watch those 3 go at it. There's different instructions for that round, and it's fun. It's 5 questions, 5. Are they difficult or easy to make it go quick and make those answers quick for more point? You'll have to wait and see. Question 10, which major soul group added disco elements to their 1970 hit Fire? The Stylistics, the Temptations, the Ohio Players, or Chi-Lites? Or is it Chi-Lites? Or is it chiletas? I like butter lettuce or romaine lettuce. Anyhow, here's the guess. Oh, Ohio players got the lion's share, but that doesn't always mean it's the right answer. Stylistics got 21%, 7% for the Temptations. The answer is there we go. Ellie, Crush, Paul, Don, Chin, Chris, Jeff, Caitlin. Great job by everybody. And being that that was question 10, here it comes. Boing. All right, this will be the first time since we've had the winners round, which has only been once or twice before we added the winners round. Only 2 people going at it because Elliot won 2 rounds. So Elliot, I'm going to pull up your choice of prize wheels again, if I can find the right window. There we go. So here are your choices. You've got music, household essentials, something for pets, something for fashion, something for health and beauty, or electronics. Go ahead and pick your wheel. I'll pull it up, and then you can either say spin when you're ready or tell Steve to say spin. And if you can't unmute or don't want to unmute, you can text Steve in the chat.
All right, so he says music and spin.
Okay, music and spin. Manuscript notebook. Sounds like you got to write some songs about winning. Oh, maybe that means you're going to have some winning songs. Okay, now what everyone needs to do is log out. I'm going to reset the game. Everyone log out except for, I'm sorry, it was Paul who won the middle round, right? So Paul and Elliot are the only ones to log in with this next round. Let me pull up the file. Where are we? Sorry, the dogs all ran out barking. That distracted me. Hopefully we're not being attacked by people from Sholo. Let's see. This is correct. Just got to program something real quick. So there we go. Update, reset game. All right, get code. Okay, this is only, please, only Elliot and Paul log in. Everyone else be supportive spectators, if you don't mind, and let's see who wins. So only Paul and Elliot log in there. Otherwise, I got to reset it again if there's any other names. Okay, so please promise me, folks, no one's logged in, right? Except Elliot and Paul, is that correct? Yeah, okay. I don't know, I got to watch that Victor guy. Okay, just kidding, Victor. All right, here we go. 5 questions. The winner's round. It's a mixed bag. 5 questions, a little bit of everything. Be on your toes. Here you go. First question. I don't even remember what they are, to be honest with you. The song Boogie with Stu is about Ian Stewart, Stuart Little, Soul Food Stew, or Jackie Stewart. Ian Stewart, the artist, Stuart Little, the mouse that the book is about, Soul Food Stew, exactly what it sounds like, or Jackie Stewart, the British Grand Prix and Indy racer from back in the day around that time, 1975. Here are the guesses. Whoa, 100% for Ian Stewart. Really? Well, you got it. So Paul has more points because he answered more quickly, which is a really neat element of the game. It's not just a matter, like I said in the beginning, of getting the right answer, but also how you get more points. But we're out of time, so we're going to continue the rest of this round next Tuesday. No, I'm kidding. Everyone just relax. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Do either of you know why it was about Ian Stewart? You could unmute and chime in if you'd like. Do you know why it was about Ian Stewart? No? Paul says no. How about you, Elliot? You can let Steve know or unmute if you want. I'll give it away if you don't know. It's not a test. I'm just curious if you know, because you both got it right.
He says he doesn't know.
So it literally is a song about Ian Stewart because they always had so much fun with him, literally like dancing with him and stuff. at parties. So it was called Boogie Woods too. There you go. Hey, hey, them. Oh, written by Led Zeppelin. That's what the context is. And it's on Physical Graffiti. That's the 1975 reference. Next question. Here we go. This band headlined the 1975 Knebworth Festival. Was it Deep Purple, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, or Emerson, Lake and Palmer? There's your guesses. One of you for Pink Floyd, one of you for Emerson, Lake and Palmer. The answer is, Pink Floyd. Puts Paul way up there. All right, 3 more questions. Pink Floyd. I've never looked for video of that. I wonder if there's video or film out there. I want to find that. Led Zeppelin's performance was legendary. 1979, they headlined after the In Through the Outdoor album came out and before they went on their European tour, their last tour before John passed away. Question 3, Black Sabbath's album Sabotage was influenced by the effects of drug use had on their playing, illegal battle with former management. The sound engineer also worked with ABBA, or just Geezer Butler being clever with words. Geezer being the bass player who wrote all the lyrics to almost every Black Sabbath song, not Ozzy. I think Ozzy wrote the lyrics to 2, maybe just 1. Let's see what your guesses are. Both of you guessed, rightly so. That's fair. The effects drug use had on their playing, but I think that made them better, which is why I used it. Well, never mind. Anyhow, the right answer is a legal battle with a former management at the time they were recording, and they felt they were being sabotaged. So there you go. More history being learned right here in Drum Talk TV Brilliance. And if you're watching online, folks, I almost looked up as if they're there. What's up with that? If you're watching on the live stream on Facebook or YouTube, we do this twice a month. The next game is celebrating music of 1975, but it's a whole different game. It's not a trivia game. It's majority rules, which is really cool. You folks will all have to show up for that. That's on the 24th at the same time. Let's go with question. Oh, Paul's on top, 129 to 33. Anything can happen. 2 more questions. Question 4. Here we go. This band released 2 studio albums in 1975. Was it Genesis, Three Dog Night, Rush, or Kiss? This band released 2 studio albums in 1975. Guesses are 50. One of you voted for Rush. One of you voted for Kiss. Kiss put out a live album and a studio album. I think a 3rd album that same year as well. That might have been a best of or something. Rush put out Fly By Night and Caress of Steel. Now it takes bands like 3 years to 10 or 12 for Peter Gabriel. I remember when bands put out an album every year. Rush was crushing it. 2 albums in 1 year that did really well. That's craziness. That's crazy. All right, Paul caught up a little bit. Elliot jumped up on top with the right answer. I think I know who voted for who. The last question is probably, well, it will determine the winner. Here we go. Cheer them on, folks, with question 5. What was the number 1 album in 1975? Elton John's Greatest Hits, Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, Parliament, Mothership Connection, or Kiss Alive? Great way to end this theme, right? With the number 1 album of that year. And I confided to my wife at the very end of programming all this. I kind of stumbled on that question by accident and was like, oh my gosh, had I missed that? That would have been lame to not ask this question for such a theme. All right, let's see what you guys guessed. Now, if you both guess wrong, I think the score stays the same. If you both guess right, it comes down to who guessed more quickly.
No, I think if they guess wrong, they lose points, but they might end up with different amounts.
You're right. And if one guess is right, then it depends on the gap and when you guessed and how. So let's see what happens. Let's see. Okay, that's what the guesses are. One's guessing Elton John's Greatest Hits. The other's Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run. The answer is Elton John's Greatest Hits. Paul, by basically twice as much, is the winner. Gets to spin the winner's wheel. Give him a big hand. Big hand for Paul. Nice. So let's pull up that winner's wheel, which is totally different. The winner's wheel has a whole different array. Can you guys see that okay? Maybe make it bigger, stretch it out. The winner's wheel. Oh, it's going to keep getting cut off. Okay, there we go. Here's the winner's wheel. It's got some really cool stuff. Dan's marketing books. I've got 3 on how I built Drum Talk TV. It's not the whole story, but it's a lot. No matter what you do for business, it'll help you. I promise. It helped Ford Motor Company, helped McDonald's, helped a lot of gold and platinum artists, a lot of speakers, authors, you name it. I've worked with them. Guest VJ on Drum Talk TV. 3 months of premium. And if you already have 3 months of premium or have premium, you can gift that to somebody. So let's see what you got. Let's hide the ads because they didn't pay for this. There we go. Oh, by the way, we're looking for a new sponsor for the game shows. The others did so well, they didn't need us anymore. So we're looking for a new sponsor for the game show series. You can write into me personally if you want, or write into opportunities@drumtalktv.com for sponsorship information. We're giving away some Dan's Lost His Mind deals and just getting out her rolling pin for Dan's Head deals. Okay. Go ahead and say spin when you're ready.
Spin it, Dan.
Here we go. Let's see what he's got. 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 Oh, guest VJ. All right. Cool. So we've got your info. I will reach out to you personally and we'll set up a Zoom call to talk about which show you want to do. We'll get it all figured out and you and I will do a show together on Drum Talk TV. How does that sound? Is that cool?
Great. Sounds like a lot of fun. Thanks.
Awesome. You're welcome. And where are you located again, Paul?
Out in New Jersey.
I thought by your accent you were in Oklahoma. Just kidding. Cool. Hey, everybody. We really appreciate you showing up and playing. Hope everybody had a lot of fun. And I'm going to ask the team to stay on board with me after everybody leaves. We'll have a quick chat. And thanks for playing. It was great seeing everybody. We appreciate you following what we do and hope to see you in the membership site. And for those of you watching on the stream, thank you so much for following what we do and watching as well. Join us on the 24th for the next game show. You can win some really cool prizes. Thanks, everybody.